any different compared to last year? And year of experience under your belt.
Yes, you know, Dana. No, I mean, obviously it's exciting. I think what a treat and honor to get to play in a great hockey city, and we know the fans are going to be excited and get to play Canada first game. I think it's always something we look forward to. I mean, I've said it before. I don't think maybe we get to play enough, because then you get how do you get used to pressure when you only play 4 times a year? So but it's good. We're definitely primed and excited to start the tournament, and try to get off on a good note.
You seemed to handle it last year, though. I mean, you have that lead in the final, and then you give it up, but then under adverse circumstances, that team showed a little bit of its grit and heart too.
Yeah, I think it's been a little focus. I think when you get on the wrong side of winning first periods and losing third periods, it's hard. So you need to make it a mental focus, and I think we did. As a staff, as a group. I mean, there's no sense running away from it. I think they were obviously crushed with the way things went down, in the previous. But it's hey, we got to acknowledge it and get better at it.
What lessons did you learn last year in Malmo that you're taking into this tournament?
Well, I just think it's our team chemistry, our team dynamic is just so important. I think that as a staff, we make sure we give them reminders, but we have such a great group that they don't need them. They realize that we need we need 4 lines going. We need all of our D playing well, playing solid. Obviously, you need good goaltending, but that's it's a great feeling, I think, for the group when. Like last year you mentioned the gold medal game, to have 7 different players score. I mean, that's when you have that in a team, like you don't get better team chemistry than that. And I think that's something we're looking to kind of continue.
Speaking of the team chemistry, you just said the team only really gets to play in these sorts of situations 4 times a year. But how much are you able to rely on like NWHL college play? The fact that you're getting like players who like Brianna Decker and Hillary Knight playing on a line together for a winter, and getting that experience with each other and each other's games, even though they've already played together.
I think it's good, but this is a whole different level. I mean, for me talking with them, I know they did not play together the first half of the year, and so when I saw them at winter camp, I could tell when the last game I kind of reunited them, and I try to do that. I try to at our camps, I try to mix up the lines just to say if we were to have something bad happen, what are some combinations that we think would work and that sort of thing. So, I think it's important with them, playing together, training together, but also I think when we get together, it ramps up to a whole new level. I mean, I can see it in their faces, in their reaction, their excitement, their love to play. I mean, I definitely think it's, this is their, just special time.
With your experience, and I love your backhand on your team. And what have you noticed about their growth since you took over from the beginning?
I just think, kind of like what you're saying, just like confidence and maturity, knowing that we can play a team game, use each other to get ourselves out of trouble. I think it's just really it's grown from us trying to play a puck possession style, but we have to be patient with the bumps, and it doesn't always look pretty, and that's. I think we acknowledge it as a staff, and so then I think as a player, then it's you don't have to off the glass out every time, but obviously that's there if they need it. But I think just with us trying to the drills we work on, the different kinds of swinging and cycling. I mean, I know I never had a coach practice with me a D-to-D scissors in our own end, but it's a great hockey play. And if you can, especially if you can catch one forechecker going one way and you can lay it the other way. I mean, you watch the Duncan Keith and Drew Dowdy's do it, but the Ken Klees were never doing that. So so it's exciting because we have all great players that can they can play. So it's exciting for them to give them options to expand their game and keep getting better.
Any messages this week for the girls? Just again, because it's such a funky tournament, you got that one big game right away, and then you got to kind of ramp up again to the potential final.
Yeah, I mean, just it's us just looking at us today. Where are we today? How do we continue to improve? How do we get better so that come a week from today that hopefully we've given ourselves an opportunity to play in that game, and then we can hopefully put our best foot forward.
Will you be looking to roll 4 lines today? And
Yeah, I mean that's kind of been our standard. I mean I make no bones about it with the players that I understand that they're all different and they all have a bit different styles, but I certainly don't take anyone off the hook. I'm looking for every line to score. I'm looking for every line to be defensive, be responsible defensively. I'm looking for them to be complete players, because that's I think that's again goes back to our chemistry where everyone feels involved, everyone feels like they're being counted on. I think it's just great for them.
I think I talked to you a little bit about it last year because you were kind of, not thrown in, but you usually got this job. Is there a commitment to Olympics yet, or is that your end game? I mean, obviously to be there, but have they said anything for?
No, I mean right now I'm on a 1-year contract with USA Hockey. So after last year's Worlds, Reg and I sat down and she thought it made sense. Last year I was kind of event to event, and it was kind of my first year, so I was kind of feeling out how it was going to be, and I think she was, I guess, making sure I was going to be the right person to kind of help lead with the group, and so then I'm on the 1 year, and then I'm sure at the end of this we'll talk. I mean, obviously they're a great group. I'm enjoying it every day. I mean, it's hard not to want to be a part of something that's such a positive experience, I guess, for me and our group.
What surprised you in the women's game when you come into it, in this coaching capacity and playing at the level you did? What was the one thing that might have surprised you about the female game?
I would say their commitment. I mean, obviously I was fortunate enough to be getting paid to be committed. I mean, I had to get there, but then as a pro, you're getting paid. So when you have the long hours, the long the stresses, the injuries, all the other things I guess go along with being a pro. I knew I was getting paid for it. I knew it was a short-term gig, but still, you're trying to provide for your family. Whereas these guys, they're not getting paid much. So I guess that's a huge compliment for them. Is they train as hard as any NHL players I've ever been around, and they're dedicated. If there's a way they can improve and get better, I mean, they're all over it. So I think that's probably the biggest surprise for me. Just as how great of people they are. I mean, that's just a compliment to their character. We'll kind of wait and see how things go. I mean, I think last year it kind of showed for both for both teams that we tried not to get anything locked in too hard. But I mean, hopefully they're all ready to play. Nicole Hensley, this is her first experience being with the national team. She's been battling. There's no question when you ask players on her team how hard she works, and she had a great college career, and I think she's excited to be with this group to get better. So, and have two veterans like Alex and Jesse, it's good for us to have.